Hello students, welcome to Academic Aura. Today we begin with practice set 7.2 of the chapter Mensuration. Now see, before we begin with the practice set, first we will understand what is a frustum. Now suppose if you have a cone, suppose if this is a cone, okay, this is a cone and you cut this cone from the base here. If you cut it here parallel, what you get this is called a frustum. Okay, the smaller cone part, you remove this part, and this part what you get is called the frustum. So this part is remaining. See this part. This part what you get when you cut that part, when you cut the cone from here, so this part what you get is called the frustum. This is called the frustum of the cone. Frustum of the cone. Okay, this part is called the frustum. Now a frustum has two radiuses. See here the bigger circle and here there is a smaller circle. Okay, so this will be your R1 and the radius of the smaller circle will be your R2. Okay, the radius of the bigger circle will always be R1 and the radius of the smaller circle will be R2, and this distance is your height. This distance is your height, the height of the frustum. Okay, so 7.2 is based on the frustum. There are different formulas here on page number 147 of your textbook. Refer to those formulas and then we can start with this practice set. Now see these formulas. Frustum of the cone and formulas for the cone. Okay, slant height of the cone L. L is equal to square root of h square plus r square. Same way slant height of frustum. L is equal to square root of h square. Now see the difference here. H square is same. Okay. Now frustum is formed from a cone only. So see the difference here. H square is the same plus r square. Now r square will be R1 minus R2 square. Okay, because there are two radiuses in this. So R1 minus R2 square. Curved surface area of cone pi RL. Curved surface is pi RL. Now pi and L for the frustum will be same. Pi and L will be same, but only R. R what we will do? I said we have two radiuses. So R1 plus R2 we are going to add in that. Okay, so for the cone curved surface area is pi RL. Same way over here for the frustum pi L, and instead of R, R1 plus R2. See the next one. Third, total surface area of cone. Total surface area of cone pi R plus L. Okay, this is the total surface area of cone. And for the total surface area of the frustum, first you have to write the curved surface area. You can see this is similar. Pi L R1 plus R2. Okay. For the total surface area of the frustum, write the curved surface area first as it is. Pi L R1 plus R2 plus pi R1 square. Then you have to square. Pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Next is volume of cone 1 upon 3 pi r square h. This is also the same, almost the same. 1 upon 3 pi r square h. 1 upon 3 pi and h is as it is. See here. 1 upon 3 pi and h is as it is. But instead of r square, what we are going to do here, because we have two radiuses, we will r1 square plus r2 square. Okay. Plus, first you have to add the squares, then you have to multiply it. R1 multiplied by R2. Okay, so volume of cone 1 upon 3 pi and h is as it is. Instead of r square, R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 into R2. You see the first sum here. The radii of two circular ends of the frustum shaped bucket. Okay, now this is suppose this is the bucket, frustum shaped bucket. That it has two radiuses. That means the radius 1 and radius 2 are 14 centimeters and 7 centimeters. That means the bigger one is 14 centimeters and the smaller one is 7 centimeters. And height of the bucket is 30. That means this height is given 30 centimeters. Now how many liters of water it can hold? So we have to find out how many liters of water this frustum shaped bucket can hold. Okay, so we will start the sum. Solution. Now first, what is given over here, you can write that the radii of the two circular ends of the frustum, or directly write radii of the frustum shaped bucket. The radii of the frustum shaped bucket are 14 centimeters and 7 centimeters. Okay, if we have got the radius, both the radius, the bigger one R1 is 14 and next one the R2 is 7 centimeters. Now we will write height of the bucket is, that means this height is 30 centimeters. So we will write height H is equal to 30 centimeters. Okay, we have written first what is given. Now what we will do is we will use the formula for it. Volume of frustum. Volume of frustum is equal to, now see, volume of cone is 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Okay, 1 upon 3 pi r square h. So volume of frustum is, we have taken out frustum from that from the cone only. So volume of frustum will be 1 upon 3, volume of cone is 1 upon 3 pi r square h. So 1 upon 3 pi h for r square. Okay, r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 multiplied by r2. Okay, see the formula, 1 upon 3 pi h as it is, but for r what we will do, r1 square plus r2 square. Okay, square r1 plus r2, then multiply. First square r1 plus r2 and add it, and then multiply r1 plus multiply r1 multiplied by r2. Okay, so this is the formula. Now see here, write down the values first. 1 upon 3 into pi is 22 upon 7, h is given 30. Now put the bracket. See here, r1 square, I'll put the bigger bracket here. Put the bigger bracket here. r1 square plus r2 square. r1, okay, and one more thing you can write here, r1. Okay, radius of the bigger circle is 14 centimeters and r2 is equal to 7 centimeters. Also write down this. r1 is equal to 14 centimeters and r2 is 7 centimeters. Now in place of r1 is how much? 14 square plus r2 is 7 square. Okay, now we squared this. Okay, and now r1 multiplied by r2, r1 multiplied by r2, that is 14 multiplied by 7, and close the bracket. Now see here, we can reduce this. 3 ones are 3, 3 tens are 30. Okay, we can reduce this. 3 ones are 3, 3 tens are 30. So what we get here is 22 upon 7 multiplied by 10. There is 10 over here. 22 upon 7 multiplied by 10. Okay, now there is a bracket here. 14 square. 14 square means 14 14s are 196 plus 7 square, 7 sevens are 49 plus 14 sevens are 98. Okay, now I'll do it over here. See here, 22 upon 7 multiplied by 10. 14 square, 14 14s are 196 plus 7 square, 7 sevens are 49 plus r1 into r2, that is 14 multiplied by 7, 98. Again we will keep this as it is and we will add this first. Okay, so what we will do is keep 22 upon 7 multiplied by 10 as it is. There is a bracket. There is a bracket here, means multiplication again. We will add this 196. You can do this in the rough column. 196, 49 and 98. Okay, we will add this. You get 23, 4, here 3. So here when we add this, see here, 196 plus 49 plus 98, we will get 343. Understood? So 22 upon 7 multiplied by 10 multiplied by, add these three numbers over here, you will get 343. Now again we can reduce this, we can divide this by 7 times. See here, 7 ones are 7, 7 fours are 28, and then here 9s are 63. Okay, 7 fours are 28, 28, 6 will be remaining, so carry 6 over here, and then 7 9s are 63. So now what you do is, we will multiply all this. What we will multiply? 22 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 49. So just multiply 49 multiplied by 22. Just multiply 49 into 22. So here you get 1078. Okay, so when you multiply this, you will get 1078, and this 0 which was left, okay, 10 which was left. Now see here, 49 multiplied by 22, we got 1078, and this 10, that means 10 is there, you put this 0 over here. Okay, we got 10,780. So this is what we got. Now this is in cubic centimeters. Okay, since it is volume of frustum, we will say it is cubic centimeters. Now what we do on this, we have to convert it into liters. Question is, how many liters of water it can hold? Okay, we have to convert it into liters. So what we will do is, we will divide this 10780, we will divide it by 1000. Okay, and then why I am dividing? Because since, you can write the reason, since 1 liter is equal to 1000 cubic centimeters. Understood? 1 liter is equal to 1000 cubic centimeters. Now see here, this 0, now see here, what answer we got? 10,780. Okay, since we have to convert it into liters, 1 liter is equal to 1000 cubic centimeters. So divided by 1000. That's the reason you have to divide it by 1000. Now see, this 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. This 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. What is left? No need to divide it. 2 zeros are left. Okay, the answer is 1078. There are 2 zeros left here. So after 2 digits you put the point. Just because there are 2 zeros left over here in the denominator's place, after 2 digits you will put the point. Understood? So this is in liters. Now this is in liters. So from cubic centimeters we converted into liters. So your answer will be, what is the question? How many liters of water it can hold? That is the frustum shaped bucket. Okay, this is the frustum shaped bucket. So you can write, the frustum shaped bucket can hold 10.78 liters of water. Okay, understood the first sum? Now see the second sum. The radii of the ends of a frustum are 14 centimeters and 6 centimeters, and its height is 6 centimeters. Find its curved surface area, total surface area, and volume. Okay, what we have to find? Curved surface area, total surface area, and its volume. Now see here, suppose this is the frustum. What is given here? R1. That means R1, this is the bigger one, radius. Okay, radius of the bigger circle. So R1 is given 14 centimeters. R2 is given 6 centimeters, and the height here, height is given again 6 centimeters. Okay, R1 is 14, R2 is 6, and the height is 6 centimeters. Now see, in order we will find out one by one. First we will find out the curved surface area. Now what is the curved surface area? Pi L. L we need in that, pi L, and then R1 plus R2. Okay, so in that we need L. We need to find out the value of L. So first we will write, first you can just write down whatever is given here. R1 is equal to 14 centimeters, R2 is equal to 6 centimeters and height is equal to 6 centimeters. Okay, now first what we have to find is curved surface area of frustum. Curved surface area is pi L and in the bracket R1 plus R2. Okay, pi L. So we need to first find out L. L is not given here, the slant height. L is the slant height. Perpendicular height is given, but this is the slant height. Slant height is not given. So first we will find out the slant height. So first we will say let the slant height be L. Okay, so to find the slant height, L is equal to square root of h square plus R1 minus R2 square. Okay, so L, to find out L is equal to h square. Okay, h square plus R1 minus R2 square. So see here, h square, h is how much? H is 6, the height is 6. So 6 square, okay, 6 square plus R1 minus R2. What is R1? R1 is 14 minus 6 and then you have to square it. Again 6 square. 6 square will be 6 6 that 36 plus 14 minus 6 is 8. You have to square it again. Again keep this 36 as it is plus 8 8s are 64. Okay, 8 8s is 64. So when we add this we get 100. Now your square root of 100. You can see there is a square root sign here. Square root of 100. Now when we take square root of 100 will be what? 10 tens is 100. So therefore L is equal to 10. So therefore L is equal to 10. Understood? The square root of 100 is 10. So L we got 10. Now we can use curved surface area formula. Okay, we got the value of L. So now we can use curved surface area formula. So write curved surface area of frustum. Curved surface area of frustum is equal to pi L R1 plus R2. Okay, curved surface area of frustum is equal to pi L in the bracket R1 plus R2. Now write down the formulas. Here suppose pi they have told you to take 3.14. So take 3.14 for pi. 3.14 multiplied by L. L we got 10. Okay, L we got, slant height we got 10 in the bracket R1 plus R2. R1 is 14 and R2 is 6. So 14 plus 6. Okay, now again keep this as it is. 3.14 multiplied by 10. It's in the bracket, so multiplication sign, and 14 plus 6, 20. Okay. Now what we will do is we will multiply this. Just multiply this. 314 multiplied by 2. Okay, 314, only multiply the numbers. Later on we will add the zeros to it. Okay, 314 multiplied by 2. 628. Okay, suppose your answer is 628. I only multiplied 3.14 multiplied by 2. Now I'm going to put these two zeros over here, this 0 and this 0. Okay, now see here, after two digits there is a point, so after two digits you have to put the point over here. Understood? So your answer is only 628. 628 square area it is, so we will write square centimeters. So we have got the curved surface area of the frustum. So we can write the curved surface area of frustum is 628 square centimeters. Okay, now we have got the curved surface area. Now next what we have to find is the total surface area. Next we will find the total surface area. Now for the total surface area, write the total surface area formula first. Total surface area of frustum, I'm writing it here down, is equal to pi L R1 plus R2. Okay, R1 plus R2. First you have to add here, and then plus pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Okay, total surface area of frustum, you have to take the curved surface area again. See this curved surface area, it is same. The curved surface area, write it again. For the total surface area, write the curved surface area again, plus pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Okay, now write down their values. Now no need to write all this again. See this, because it is same. Pi L R1 plus R2 is the same, and we have got this value over here. How much it is? Pi L R1 plus R2, it is same. We have got the values, right? It is 628. So don't solve this again. Instead of this part, okay, see this part is same. So instead of this part, what you do is write 628 as it is. 628, write it as it is. Okay, now what we will do is solve this. Plus pi R1 square. Now we know pi, what you do is keep pi as it is. We will multiply it later. Okay, because pi is common on both the sides. Here also we have pi, here also we have pi. So at last, at once only we will multiply pi. That is 3.14 we will multiply. For now you keep it as it is. Pi, keep it as it is. Only take R1 square. Now R1 is what? 14. So just take 14 square and keep this pi as it is. And over here also keep the pi as it is. R2 is 6 square. And keep the pi as it is. Okay. Now write this 628 as it is. 14 square. 14 square, again 196 pi. We will get 196 pi plus 6 6 are 36 pi. Okay. 196 pi plus 6 6 are 36 pi. Now what you do is keep the 628 as it is. Pi we will remove common and add 196 and 36. Okay. Over here what you do is write this as it is. Here pi we will remove common and add 196 plus 36. Now 196 plus 36 will become 232. Okay, 232 pi. Okay, so when you add this, don't write, we will take common pi over here. So add these two numbers, and instead of taking here we have pi and here we have pi. So we will take common pi over here. That's why I told you don't multiply it. So at once only, at last we can multiply it with 3.14. Understood? So now what you do is 628 plus 232 pi. 232 pi means 232 multiplied by pi was how much? 3.14. Understood? Pi we had taken 3.14. Keep the 628 as it is. Add the numbers and keep the pi as it is. Again 628 as it is plus 232 pi. That means 232 pi is 3.14. Okay, so 232 multiplied by 3.14. So then you can multiply that. Again keep 628 as it is. Keep this 628 as it is and first multiply this. That is 232 and 3.14. 232 multiplied by 3.14. Multiply this first. 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 8 plus 1 9, 0, 232. Again 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9 and 3 2s are again 6. 8, 2 plus 2 4, 9, 18, 12, 7. Okay, so this is what you get when you multiply 232 into pi. Pi is 3.14. So what you get is 72848. 72848. Now see, there was a point. There is a point after 2 digits over here. Okay, there is a point after 2 digits over here. So after 2 digits, put a point over here. Okay, since there is a point after 2 digits, put a point. Now what we can do, what answer we got here after multiplying with pi, we will add it with 628. Okay, so what answer we got here? 728.48 it is. We will add it with 628. 628 will come here, 628. Okay, before the decimal, 628 we will add it. This 48 will be as it is. 8 plus 8, 16. 5, 7 plus 6, 13. So this is your final answer. That is the total surface area of frustum. Okay, so the total surface area of frustum we got 1356.48. Area it is, so square centimeters. Understood? Then you can write total surface area of frustum. Total surface area of frustum is 1356.48 square centimeters. Understood? So now see here. Now see here, we have to find the volume now. So for the volume of frustum is equal to 1 upon 3 pi h. Okay, 1 upon 3 pi h in the bracket r1 square plus r2 square. Okay, r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 multiplied by r2. r1 multiplied by r2. Understood the formula? Volume of frustum is equal to 1 upon 3 pi h in the bracket r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 multiplied by r2. Now write down their values. 1 upon 3 pi, they had told us to take 3.14, so write 3.14 multiplied by h was 6, that is height was 6. Now in the bracket r1 square, r1 is 14 square plus r2 was 6 square plus, now multiplication of r1 and r2, that means multiplication of r1 and r2, 14 multiplied by 6. 14 multiplied by 6 and close the bracket. Now here we can reduce this. See this, 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. Okay, we have reduced that. What is left here? 3.14 multiplied by 2 is there here. Now in the bracket 14 square, 14 14s are 196 plus 6 square, 6 6 is 36 plus 14 6 are 84. Okay, square this, 14 square will be 14 14s are 196 plus 6 square, 6 6 are 36 plus 14 6 are 84. Then what you will do is, we will add all this. First write this as it is. 3.14 multiplied by 2 bracket is there, put the multiplication sign and add this. 196 plus 36 and 84. Okay, so when we add this 196 plus 36 plus 84, we get 316. Now what we will do is, see here, 3.14 multiplied by 2, and we had added all this. 196 plus 36 plus 84. After adding, we got 316. Again, we will multiply all this now. Again, we have to multiply. Okay. Now see here, 314 multiplied by, now see the working over here. 314 multiplied by 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. Okay, 314 multiplied by 2, we got 628. Again, we will multiply that with 316. 316. 6 8s are 48. 16, 37. 628. Put 2 zeros over here. 24. 6 7 8. 3 6 are 18. So here we get 8. plus 6, 14, again 14, 18, 8 plus 1, 9 and 1. Okay, so this is what you get. And there was a point after two numbers, so after two digits you put the point over. So what I got is 1984.48. okay, 19, after multiplying I got 1984.48. okay, since it is volume we will write cubic centimeter. So we got the volume of frustum, therefore you can write the answer. Volume of frustum is 1984.48 cubic centimeters. Understood? So we have finished the second sum. Now see the last sum, that is the third sum, is an activity question. Now see in this sum, the circumferences of the circular faces of a frustum are 132 centimeters and 88 centimeters. So suppose this is a frustum. Now here the radius is not given. R1 and R2 we have to find. R1 and R2 is not given. They have given you the circumference. Okay, the circumference of the circular faces of the frustum. That is the bigger one over here. The circumference is 132 and circumference of this circle is 88. Okay, frustum. Circumference of the bigger circle is 132 and the circumference of the smaller circle is 88. So we have to find out. Now see here, circumference, we know circumference formula is 2 pi r. Okay, circumference formula is 2 pi r. So what we will do is we will solve. You can solve this in the rough work and only write the answers over here. Okay, solve this part in the rough work and write only the answers. Now see here, circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, circumference formula is 2 pi r and circumference is given 132. Now r1 is equal to, suppose I will solve it over here, 2 pi r1 is equal to 132. Now r1 is equal to, they have given here, r1 is equal to 132. R1 is equal to 132 and this pi they have written it here, 2 pi. Understood? This pi they have written it over here. Now what we will do is we will divide this. 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12, again 2 6s are 12. So what we get here is 66. Okay, after dividing we got 66 and there is pi over here, 66 pi. Okay, 66 pi, 66 upon pi. So we can also write this as 66 upon means it is division, divided by pi. 66 upon pi, that is 22 upon 7. Okay, pi they have told us to take 22 upon 7. 66 upon pi, upon means division. So 66, we can also write this as 66 divided by 22 upon 7. Now when we have to turn it into multiplication, okay, we have to write it into multiplication. We have to write the reciprocal of this, means 22 upon 7 will become 7 upon 22. Okay, we have to write the reciprocal when we have to write it in multiplication. So now this and this we can reduce. 22 1s are, 22 3s are. Now what is left here? 3 multiplied by 7, that means 3 7s are 21. So we got radius R1 we got. So over here we will write 21 centimeters. Understood? R1 we got 21 centimeters. Now same way R2 we will find out. So same way you can write this as it is. 2 pi r square is equal to 88. Again r square is equal to 88. This part they have written as it is. R2 is equal to 88 and this 2 pi has come here. It is in multiplication. They have brought it down in division. Okay. Now what I told you, you can reduce this. 2 1s are 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8. So what we got here? 44 upon pi. Okay, 44 upon pi. Now 44 upon pi, this is in division. 44 divided by pi. We can also write this as 44 divided by pi is 22 upon 7. Okay, now in multiplication, 44 division, multiplication, when we write it in multiplication we will write the reciprocal again. So 22 will, here we will get 7 up, 7 and 22 down in the denominator's place. Now you can reduce this. 22 ones are and 22 twos are. Okay, so what is left here? 2 multiplied by 7, that means it is 14. R2 we got 14. So understood how we got R1 and R2? Here we got 14 centimeters. See, now we have got R1 and R2. Next what we are going to find is the slant height of the frustum. Now see, for the slant height of the frustum, they have already given us the formula. We will first solve this on the paper. I'll just solve this on the paper and then I will fill these boxes. Now see here, the formula is already given here. L is equal to, suppose L is equal to h square plus R1 minus R2 square. That is the square root we have to take of this. Okay, I'll solve this on the paper and then we can fill the boxes here. So is equal to h square. How much was the height? Height is 24. Okay, height is 24. So we will take 24 square plus R1 minus R2. R1. Now we got the radius here. We got R1 and we got R2. That means R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2 is how much? 7. That means you can even solve this first if you want. 21 minus 14 square. So again if you write this 24 square. 24 square. 24 24s are 576. 24 24s are 576 plus 21 minus 14. 21 minus 14 will be 7. Okay. So 7 square we want. So 7 sevens will be 49. So 576 plus 7 sevens are 49. Understood till here? Now what we will do is, see here, 7 square we got, 7 sevens are 49. Understood? Now we will add this. 15. So we get 625. Okay, 6 square root of 625. This is also, now square root of 625 will be 25. 25 is our 625. So here we get 25. So L we got how much? 25. Okay, now see, I have solved this over here. Now we can fill this. So first what we will write here? H square. H is how much? 24. So write here 24. Now this you have to solve in the rough work and then only fill this box. So R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2 is how much? When you solve, R1 minus R2 is 7. So here you can just write 7. Okay. Now next step, see this, the next step we have done it over here. You have to solve it in the rough work. 24 square is 576. 24 square is 576 plus 7 square is 49. Okay, and then you add it. When you add these two, you get 625. Okay, 625 also no need to write, direct answer they want. What is the answer? 625. Square root of 625 is 25. So that's the reason you have to solve it in the rough work and only fill the boxes over here. Okay, now next is, now we got the slant height. That means we got L over here. L we got 25. Now we have to find the curved surface area. Formula for curved surface area is already given here. Okay, the formula is already given. Curved surface area of frustum pi R1 plus R2 and L. Okay, now keep the pi as it is. R1 plus R2. Okay, R1 plus R2. Where is R1? R1 is 21 and 14. That means when you add, see here, R1 plus R2, 21 plus 14, you will get 35. And L. L is how much we got? Slant height. Slant height L is 25. Understood? So pi multiplied by R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2, when you add, you get 35 multiplied by L. L is 25. Understood till here? Now what you do is, you multiply this and then we will use this pi. Okay, first we will multiply 35 multiplied by 25. So you get 875. Okay, now 875, and this pi is also left. When you multiply this, okay, when you multiply this, we get 875. Now 875 we have to multiply with pi. Okay, pi is 22 upon 7 they had told us to take. So 875 multiplied by 22 upon 7. Okay, 875 multiplied by 22 upon 7. When you reduce, see, you can reduce this. 7 ones are 7, 7 ones are 7 in this. Okay, 7 ones are 7, carry 1, 8. Again 7 twos are 14, carry 3 over here. 7 twos are 14, so 15, 16, 17, carry 3, and then 7 fives are 35. Understood? See, when you multiply this, we got 875 multiplied by pi. Pi is given, we have to take 22 upon 7. So 875 multiplied by pi, that is 22 upon 7. Now this 875 we can divide it by 7. 7 ones are 7 in this, carry 1, 8. 7 twos are 14 in 17, carry 3, and 7 fives are 35. Okay. After dividing, multiply this. 125 multiplied by 22. So 125 we multiply with 22. 2 fives are 10, 2 twos are 4 plus 1 5, and 2 ones are 2. So what we get here is 2750. Okay, curved surface area, so it is square centimeters. Understood? So we have finished practice set 7.2. If you find this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.